Welcome to Heal, Educate, Motivate, bringing to you a panel of friends who discuss about everyday life.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Heal, Educate, and Motivate. It's I here, Murakai, with you know who. Say what's up, Burmz.
It's your good old boy Burmz back in the house.
Welcome back, Burmz. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. Murakai, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. I got into the game called Initial D, and now it's so much fun. I love it. It's such a cool game.
Oh, yeah, I've been playing Minecraft myself, actually. I just discovered quite a classic game. I think that a lot of people play, so
yeah, I know.
Really enjoying that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been avoiding that game like the plague, right? And recently I got into it, and I'm like playing hours into it, you know?
Yeah, it's a catchy game.
It is a catchy game. So this topic is an interesting topic. We went off the fly with this one again. This topic is about being stuck in life, or like being in a rut. And me and Burmz, he will discuss our opinions on the topic.
And I'm sure it's very fitting for the moment because you know, a lot of where we are in the world, in Australia, New South Wales especially, we're under lockdown at the moment, which a lot of places would be. Very strict lockdown. Only one person can leave the house per day. You know, and you have to be inside the house after 9 p.m.
Yeah, around 9:30, somewhere around that number, isn't it?
9 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, wow, 9 o'clock. Yeah, so you can't be out of the house until
after 9 p.m.
9 p.m. you can't go out, can you?
No. Not even to the shops, not even to food, nothing.
And like businesses, at least 80% of all businesses have shut down. They closed.
Yes. Wow, that must be tough for business owners, I would say.
This is true. This is true. They'll all go work out how they're going to make the rent, and I think there is some incentives, but I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that brings us to today's topic, doesn't it, Murakai?
Yes, Burmz. And the topic is being stuck in your life. Stuck, that word.
Also known as trapped. You know, caught. You know, whether you may be defeated. Is another way to put it.
Yeah, this is Burmz's topic, and we are gonna explore it, discuss it, and see how we're gonna go about it. One moment, Burmz. I'm having an audio situation. Give me a moment.
Okay, sure.
It shouldn't take too long. Close that and close that. Okay. All right, so the first question is, what is stuck? Doesn't sound right, does it? What does being stuck mean?
Well, I mean, I think it's like it's kind of like a slang way people say, "Oh, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling like, for our gamers out there, we play a game called Dota Defense of the Ancient. And there's a character in there, Dota 2, that throws this gooey stuff on you, and that that could be also a definition of stuck. Being on Bristleback's goo. When he throws that at you.
Stuck, like stickiness. Yeah.
Just stickiness, stuck. But I don't think it's a real medical term. But I think you just stuck in life.
If I also relate to any kind of mental illness, being stuck can be like what's the word for it? Feeling trapped, not knowing where you're heading, or not knowing not knowing how you can move forwards from something. It's kind of like it's kind of like a situation where it's like okay, this is my life. Here, I'm right here. I don't know where to head in my life. My future is undetermined. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't feel very motivated. I'm very unmotivated about my life. Pretty much under that line. Okay.
Yeah.
Can
I share my screen with you for a second?
No,
I want to share this photo. I wish I could share this.
No,
this photo
it's all
with
audio.
you.
It's still audio.
This is the first time that we've done remote podcasting.
That's correct.
So I'm actually at home today, which so we'll test and see how it goes.
Yeah. So what we did was we got to the audio. We're talking through Messenger, and the funny thing is, like, I can share my screen with Burmz, so we know what we're talking about. But ideally, this becomes another audio podcast, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So pretty much being stuck.
We're still on.
Yeah, it's pretty much being stuck is just being apprehensive and feeling undermotivated. Yeah, that's my opinion. Do you want to go for the next one, Burmz?
It's like being caught in a ladder, and you can't climb the ladder, you can't go down the ladder, but you reach out and you can still see, something beautiful, but it's out of your reach because you're stuck in a rung of a ladder. So we'll look at some signs and symptoms of being stuck. Let me see, like maybe a sign, is you're not really progressing anywhere. You unmotivated, being unmotivated, like not feeling like wanting to do anything. You still get all the ideas and all things that what needs to be done for the next stage, but this is my own experience, I think.
Sure, go for it.
But you're just like, what's the point of doing that? You think it's gonna end up in failure, or like
what's the point of life? What's the point of moving forward?
Exactly, like it's all comes from being hurt. I think it's
of course
when you feel like you've given like your best and you've done everything you can for a situation, but still,
definitely Burmz. I mean, this is actually this is very type of psychology. And it happens to a lot of people in their lives, and it's learned. This is very much learned. A lot of people out there, they feel like they're either moving forwards or moving backwards. I mean, they don't know. They think like if they're not attaining a certain situation or a certain expectation, if they don't achieve that expectation, they feel like that they're failures. They feel like they're not good enough. It gives them low self-esteem. It makes them feel very, very insecure about themselves, and it's not by accident why this is actually out there. I'm sure there's a lot of people that went through their lives and they eventually gone through certain experiences and they feel like they're not good enough because their expectations is not really their life is not really what's the word for? It's like whatever they try to do is it's not really burn something out here.
Yeah,
I mean,
if they're not achieving it, they're not reaching it. They're not. It's not. It's not. Either they're achieving it and it's not satisfying them, or there's a blockage there as to why they're not achieving what they need to achieve.
Exactly. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. Like
it's like drowning in mud.
Well, for example, let's say there's a child that wants to play basketball. So he comes up to his little basketball hoop and he throws a few balls in. He gets some in. He misses some others. And if he says, if I get 10 shots in a row, it's a good day for me. And then he probably gets 2 shots in, then misses 1, then he feels a little bit apprehensive, and then he tries to get 10 shots in a row, and the day's over. And then what can happen is he can just be in his room and go, oh no, I didn't get those 10 shots in a row, and I don't feel good about that. Why bother anyway? You know what I mean? I don't want to do it no more. It's too painful. It's too painful to experience that ever again. And then he goes through his life and he thinks, should I play basketball again today or should I not? I want to, but I don't want to at the same time. And that I feel that is a very liable way of explaining what stuck can mean and what can feel like to a lot of people out there. And for example, like a personal experiences, Burmz, I know you're going through a phase in your life right now where you feel stuck. Would you care to share with the lovely audience out there that's listening to us?
Oh yeah, well, I did lose my job about earlier this year, about halfway through the year. It was a long and grueling process. I feel like I wasn't really at fault, you know, and it was a real kind of popularity contest where I was forced out of my job, and yeah, I'm just don't really feel like going back into the workforce anymore, you know. Yeah, so that's, and I personally am going through that, you know, situation right now.
So therefore, you're feeling like, what's the point of working? Because you experienced they don't have a job anymore, and now you're feeling, what's the point of working? Like, are you feeling like it's gonna happen to you again? The same situation is gonna happen to you again, or are you feeling more like? Do you feel more like why bother, or are you feeling more like if we try again?
I just think of trying again, it makes me feel sick. You know, a lot of my jobs have always ended in a similar kind of way. You know, like they never end well. Like, I worked at one place for 4 years, and at that place, you know, I was just like, it would take the same, it just takes me longer to do stuff. Like, you know, there's the same amount of work maybe, but this other girl can finish it so much faster. She doesn't stay back, she goes home on time, you know, but me, I stay back, I don't get paid, and you know, and I did that for 4 years, and I never got, you know, an increase in salary. And so I moved to a new job. As soon as I got that new job, I also got there was somebody on my back about my performance, about all this stuff, and I really hated that job. I used to take a lot of sick leave. Right? So it just seems to be always just the workplace and like businesses, they just don't. So I'm not built for it, you know. It makes me feel like I don't belong there, you know.
So it looks like you're reliving a certain pattern of experiences revolving around your working life.
Yeah, and it's like, is there something wrong with me? I'm thinking, what is it? The businesses that I work for? Is there something wrong with me? I don't know what it is, you know. So this is why I'm trying to figure it out now, you know. Where I think maybe I have personal problems for attention, you know. Like, maybe I'm not able to concentrate well enough like other people, you know, without being disturbed, or, you know, I don't know. I know I've spoken with a psychiatrist about it before, but we never ended up finishing, our
having the closure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, now I'm. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I can give you my experience of being stuck. I was much younger than now, and what will happen will be is I'll be at home, right? I will have a job for like a couple of years, and every day would feel very painful because I had no projects to work on. I had nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just the same day over and over again, and all my friends were all traveling, and they're all doing their things that they loved, and they all end up disappearing, and I wasn't getting the friendship stimulus as I would have had before that time, and it was like years and years just being home, and it was mentally draining. Okay, and the internet in those days was very young. Okay, so we didn't have like much of online gaming like we do nowadays, and I didn't know what to do. I'm just 2 years, just think about every day for 2 years, no job, no nothing, and don't know what to do. And
I've been there.
You know what I mean? And then I didn't have much experience as well because I was much younger, and it was painful. It was painful, and I didn't realize it was being stuck. I just thought to myself, like, where is everyone? Hey, why is it just me on my own for like 2 years? You know? And that was my experience of being stuck personally. Today I have a lot of activities, projects, a lot of motivation to do certain things in my life, taking care of my health and in all other aspects. But I know what it feels like to be stuck. I feel everyone will have their own personal story about being stuck in their life, because it's quite universal. You see, because while we're growing up, since we're young, we head into life head in first, and when they fall down and scrape their knees and they start like sulking, that's when they realize, I dislike something here. And only until you form a full logical opinion of how your life is meant to be and what your expectations are, and when you set expectations so high, right, and when you feel like you didn't hit that expectation, you might feel like there's two sides. You might feel like you can do better, you can improve, and it's healthy to improve, or you can come to the rut and saying, I didn't hit the expectations, I'm useless, I'm worthless, the outcome wasn't exactly what I expected it to be, I believed it was going to turn out like this, but in reality it turned like that. It can go other way, but in my opinion, it's your process. It's how you shape your experiences interpersonally. You see, I mean, like objectively, the experience happens, but internally, it's the way you gotta interpret the situation. You can interpret the situation to be healthy, and build momentum from that, or you can use it to sulk and get stuck. You see, and Burmz, you want to add to this?
Very interesting. Your experience there being stuck. I couldn't imagine. Actually, I have been in the same situation myself. After high school, I think I was at home for a while too. And that was the most stuck I've ever been in my life, actually. Yeah, if you put it that way, yeah, I know the feeling of just being at home all the time, no brothers or sisters, no friends, everybody's moving on with their life. Nobody really wants to associate with you, and you're just stuck at home, and wow, you really have to find some creative ways to like keep yourself occupied, Yes. The outlets. But I did at that time. I was like really focused, even though I was like depressed and things were going all over the place. It allowed me to push and I just thought I would never be able to be a part of society ever again. At that point, that was when I was
You don't know what to do. You don't know where to head off to. No sense of direction.
I'm completely out of the loop altogether. Like,
or even haven't found your calling yet to life. I mean, some of you are out there like, and you don't know what to do, but because you don't feel like you found something that you really, really want to do in life, you haven't found that spark yet, so therefore you hold it off, and that, in my opinion, is another form of being stuck.
Oh, fantastic! Great, thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome, Burmz.
Yes.
You want to go for number 4?
Yeah, let's have a look at that.
This would be cool. This would be a really cool one. Yeah.
What are some areas in terms of
being
different ways of being stuck? Like, you know, you have you could be emotionally stuck. Because what do you think it means to be emotionally stuck?
Yeah, of course. There's a few areas. Thank you, Burmz. There's emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, relationships. So like, let's tackle the first one. Emotionally stuck. Emotionally.
So it says defensiveness.
It is.
Shame. Defensiveness. Shame is an emotion you don't want to experience, so your body mentally responds by protecting you. Okay. Emotionally so you're ashamed of something, of your situation possibly, and the response would be to be defensive.
Yes.
You know?
So let's first tackle the two sides of emotions and all that is. It's love and fear. Okay, so you have loving emotions or you have fearful emotions. It's kind of like the two sides of the coin. Okay, are you emotionally healthy? Do you express emotions in a healthy manner, or do you like tell yourself not to feel? Do you tell yourself feeling is weakness, or is feelings too painful, or you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, emotions is a very, very important aspect of everyone's psyche. We all feel emotions, regardless of what they might say. Oh, I have no emotion, but we all have an emotional muscle, and so therefore, like, you feel love for the first time, and you get shot down. Would you try to feel love again, or would you, like you said, be like really defensive of it? Would you try to avoid love, or will you give love another shot, like I said before, or any aspect of your emotional values? Burmz, you want to add to that?
Well, several of us are quietly plagued with thoughts that we're flawed or that we're defective. Deep down, you may think that you're a failure, and that goes towards the one particular emotion, shame. You're feeling ashamed. That the level of shame is not something that can be easily spotted, despite it being a painful emotion. Omodio states that you may be numb to the pain due to just how painful it is.
And that again comes to expectation to reality, or your interpretation of reality. If you're young, you might be quite idealistic. You might be naive, and maybe as you gather more experiences within your emotional life, it can be it's all a progression. Okay, just because you're not learning at the speed of someone else, who cares about that someone else? It's you. You know what I mean? You're not that other people. You're not all that, like, they say there's a younger and it's smarter.
Yeah, but in terms of a business,
it's true.
They have an expectation. They're paying one person the same amount as they're paying another person. They're not gonna have any leeway for you. unless you advise them ahead of you know.
Like what I'm trying to get at is everyone on this planet has an individual journey. Okay, so when you start creating expectations based on other people, and then you use them as a benchmark for yourself, but you can't walk in another's shoes. Like you are you. Don't try and compare yourself to like a giraffe. That's an exaggeration, I know, but you are you. Your journey is your journey. It is a unique, and it's an individual journey. I mean, we have benchmarks out there, don't get me wrong, but your life, your speed. It's only until you start, like I said before, it's only when you start to project something that is not you, and you feel like you don't feel it, then you feel like a failure. You see? Yes. Burmz?
Yes. Sorry, I just tuned out there for a second. I was looking at some photos of that we took with some of our good friends when we're doing the we're doing like this kind of Zoom conversation like now.
Oh, okay.
One of our friends who lost their parent recently. I guess in that kind of situation you could be stuck too as well, wondering you could, at least
whether they can feel like they can move forward or not. Okay.
Yeah, like you could buckle, you could really like buckle, like you could be, you could fall down to your knees with a lot of the weight sometimes of, say if your father passed away, Murakai, and not going into too much details, but all the things that he would usually do they might fall to you, to actually to take care of, and that's, are you gonna be stuck, or are you gonna? I mean, you don't have to also continue doing that too. You have your own life. You don't have to really carry that on.
Yes, that situation where people cross over, move on to their next life, and those who remain here, that is a journey which is quite universal, right here. But
everybody,
yeah. So let's stay just a little bit closer to the topic here, Burmz.
To the topic, yeah, definitely.
We'll discuss grieving.
So should we move on from emotionals being stuck and
to
talk about maybe finance?
Oh, beautiful.
I can relate to that.
You can, Burmz, the financial king.
The financial stuck king.
The financial king. All right, Burmz, go for it, man. You got this on the wraps.
Financially stuck.
Financially stuck?
Well, I guess it's like financially stuck. It's money management,
Yeah.
It's quite easy not to be stuck.
Sure.
You just have to make the choices, the right choices. Invest in an area where you have some financial freedom. You can't allocate too much of your. It's exactly that. If you put all your eggs in one basket, you're gonna be stuck. You only have that basket to hold on to.
Sure.
So that's basically it. Your money needs to be fluid. It needs to be available.
Yes.
It needs to be all over the place. It should be earning you money too. You should be able to pick, like flowers. You should be able to pick money from everywhere.
Yeah, I get you.
Do you know what I mean? Like not stuck in one golden place. That means you quite. Financial stuckness is probably easier to deal with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, being financially stuck can cause a lot of other, areas to be stuck. Like you still have time if you don't have money, but and you can do things with your time as well if you don't have money. You can definitely work on areas like where in the meantime, even without money, that you could step free out of that financial rut.
Sure.
Which is Did you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, because what I'm starting to realize of the concept of stuck is it's not knowing whether you're moving forwards or backwards. You're not knowing whether you're moving backwards or forwards. Well, you're like in that gray area. I realized. I mean, when we're talking about financially, it comes down to education, obviously, and money management and money skills. It might take you from a young age to experience money from a young age, but you might not be able to manage your finances until you're a teenager, or some other people that might be in their mid-20s. Even some people in the mid-30s, they still haven't learned how to manage their finances, you see. But I mean, like, sometimes you'll get 18, sometimes you might get it in your 20s, sometimes you'll understand how to manage it in your 30s or until you're in your 40s. I mean, there's really no like set age of when you'll get money. Hi everyone, thank you for listening to the first part of Stuck. Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the fun part of our podcast. So, Burmz, are you ready for the question time?
Of course, man. Come on.
Okay. So, you want to go first or should I go first?
You can hit me up.
Okay, I'll hit you up. Alright, so, question number 1. What's the best career advice you ever heard?
I've ever heard. I felt like we've done these questions before.
Yeah, but you didn't want to do those podcasts.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
In a previous podcast, we haven't asked this question before.
We have asked this question, but you didn't want to redo it, so we're going to enter these questions in this one.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
Yes.
Best career advice I've ever heard.
Best career advice.
I just thought that I'll give you some best career advice.
You can give me career advice?
Don't
you, me, you, me?
I'll tell you
me?
guys, do not shake the tree.
Do not shake the tree.
Do not shake the tree. If you want to keep your job, do not shake the tree.
Okay. So is that locked in?
It's locked in.
That's locked in. Okay. Question number 2. What's the worst career advice you ever received?
Shake the tree.
Get those apples off the trees.
Shake the tree up.
Get those.
Because believe me, if you shake that tree up, the other apples aren't falling with you.
Oh yeah, definitely has to be an apple tree, huh? Okay. Question number 3. How do you deal with work stress?
Work stress. Love driving. I bought a really nice car to drive to and from work, so being in that car is like my
golden chariot.
It's my golden chariot, my reason for living.
Okay.
I don't recommend that for everybody, but because I mean there are limits to how much happiness it brings me to. I know it's not real happiness, but it helps me unstress.
Happiness is happiness, man. Comes in all different forms. Don't judge it. Don't knock it.
Fair enough. All
right. Question number 4. How much time do you spend with your family?
Pretty much daily, at least 1 to 2, 3 hours. I don't have kids or a wife or anything as of yet, but
not yet.
So this is just, I spend time with my elders, maybe 2 hours, have some dinner and make sure everything's cool.
Nice.
No new medical issues or anything to discuss. Get some advice, some wisdom. And then what else do we have left?
Okay.
Anything else?
Oh yes, number 5. Who do you most like spending time with and why?
Spending time with and why? I swear I saw this before. I said I like to spend time with Murakai.
Oh, wonderful. That's
Not
wonderful.
only is he a fantastic podcast host, but very interesting gentleman. he's always got something nice planned for all the group, you know, and he's really
Thanks, Burmz.
top bloke. So I like spending time with Murakai.
Cheers, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Compliments will get you everywhere. Alright, Burmz. It's your time to
And there's not many kind-hearted people left in the world like him. Usually when kind-hearted people get like used, and you know, that's not fair for them. So take care of your kind people, world. Alright, my turn to ask them to you.
Your turn to ask me? Go for it.
What's the best career advice you've ever heard?
Don't get fired.
Don't get fired. Let me guess, was that your
That's locked
dad?
in. I locked it in. Yeah, that's
I locked it in?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. What's the worst career advice you've ever received?
Don't get fired.
Don't get fired again. Yep. See, it's kind of like a catch-22, isn't it? It's like you really try hard not to get fired.
I've been in both situations. That's why.
Okay, well, some work's not for everyone, you know. It's that 9 to 5 is not built for everyone, you know. There's lucky we live in a new world where there's opportunities everywhere, you know.
Indeed. Okay.
And the next question I have is, how do you deal with work stress?
Once upon a time,
yep.
I used to work for an organization called Kirby.
Oh, I know that place.
Yes. For those who don't know what Kirby is, it's actually a state-of-the-art, in quotes, NASA design $3,000 vacuum cleaner, right? So yeah, so I was a young buck, you know, and I got that job. I landed that sales role, and I started knocking on people's houses and trying to sell them the vacuum cleaner. And there's one house, right? They gave me the shits. So what I did was I just went for a run just to get all out of my body, and I think that was very, very soothing, because I had all that intensity, you know, all that intense emotions going, grrr, and I just ran for a bit, and yeah, you deal with my stress.
This is like, you didn't just were you in the middle of like a display showing?
No. I wasn't in this. I was in a door knocking part of it.
It was a door knocking.
Yeah. So
they were like, "Go away."
You know what? It was so long ago. I can't remember the
but something triggered you.
The absolute what happened. But yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that's that.
Okay, and then moving on. So, how much time do you spend with your family?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. During in the morning, later in the morning and afternoon with mom, and during the day with my dad.
Okay, fair enough. That's good.
Yes.
And who do you most like spending time with, and why?
Oh my god, I don't play favoritism with my friends or family. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's different, and sometimes I use an analogy of like every friend that you have, each one of them is like a particular vitamin that is nourishing you. So you might have one friend that's a vitamin A, and another friend that's like a vitamin B, and another one like C, etc., etc. So, so it's kind of a spectrum. Who do you most like spending time with, and why?
I think for me the question is different for whoever asked me the question. If someone else asks me, I'll say it's
them. Yeah. Yes. A bit
make every single person feel like they're the most special.
I love manipulation. Anyway, so yeah, so who do I most like spending time with, and why?
It'd have to be your brother.
Yeah, I just enjoy spending time with my brother. I've known him for
it doesn't happen very often, right?
Yeah, we've been friends for years and years. I can be really myself around him, plus my other friends. So if I'm to pick one, brother.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but I like spending time. But I enjoy spending time with Burmz as well. You know what I mean? It's fun.
I like your brother too. Your brother's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know your brother for a long time as well.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy.
That's how I met you. I met you through your brother.
Yeah, and I enjoy spending time with Burmz as well. It's fun. Me and Burmz hang out. We got a good laugh, and yeah.
But actually, we lost contact for a long time. Actually, which is it's good that
we
come
reconnected
back to
over the
this
years.
technology time.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right. This comes to the conclusion for the first part of being stuck. My outro normally is love. Love is good. Love is great. Per love. No harm to self. No harm to others. Go out there. Do what you want to do. Happy, joy, peace. Okay. So per love, everyone.
So positively reinforce yourself every day. You know, wherever you're living, whatever situation you're in, you can repeat positivity into your life.
Awesome.
That's what I did this morning when I woke up.
Beautiful. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, send in your comments, ask us questions. We're more happy to share our opinions. And yeah.
Do something that you've never done before today. A good thing.
Beautiful. All right. See everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment your questions below. Stay tuned.